Hi, this is Graham Alexander from StayRunners, and I wanted to just talk from the heart. And I'm basically going to open up this window as my part two to this talk. Okay. Um, my name is Graham, and just let me get you to the right camera because this one doesn't work. There I am. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to say, as the founder of StayRunners, let's look at something else here. Don't look at me. There we go. Just put regular, good old pick. Okay. There it is. I wanted to say, as founder of StayRunners, something that I started in 2018 when the Mexican mafia took my hotel on the beach. It was a disgrace what happened, but I had to move on. And this is what I started. I started it with nothing as a virtual concierge because when I built my hotel on the beach, there was nothing close. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice that if I can just bring all the services here, like an all resort, and literally, have whatever I wanted on the beach? Because I was a rapper, I was a hotel owner, I was a guy who already had his life in the 30s or 40s. Done. Okay, done. It was like amazing. So through trial and error back up here in Canada, which I started from scratch, one of the main things is that delivery. And we did delivery all throughout the day. But, when COVID hit, and even before COVID hit, there was a big demand of people that just forgot or to go to the store, or they had some friends in from out of town, and they were just guys staying at the downtown hotels and in Cole Harbor and Yaletown, really nice places, and they ran out of alcohol. They weren't drunk. I heard they were just having fun. They just finished watching something, and they had the friends over, and it was before COVID, and they were having a good time. Probably some hockey game, I'm pretty sure. So they weren't rowdy. They weren't drunk. They were just having a good time. And so they called me up, and I happened to have 6 beer in my fridge. Okay. And they were like, I lived downtown Vancouver, so it was on the other side of Vancouver, and they called the main number, and I normally said it was closed, but at this time, they said, listen, do you have any beer, any extra beer you can give me, bro? Right? And I said, listen, I don't know you, but I have some beer in my fridge. Maybe I can be your friend with the fridge, and I'm going to give you what I have extra because I'm not planning to drink it, so I can actually give it to you, but I want something in exchange for my effort and service. And he said, you know what? Come on over here. I'm going to give you a great tip. Okay? So I thought about it on the way. I said, is this legitimate? Okay. So I thought about it. I said, okay, first of all, I'm an adult, so I'm allowed to have alcohol in my fridge. And then I said to myself, okay, well, if this guy's drunk, I'm no friend. I'm not going to be given to this guy if he's drunk. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm actually bringing it to him. I'm going to give it to him as my gift. Okay, because it's mine, so I can't sell it. I'm not selling that, right? I'm literally coming there myself in my car with this, and I'm going to give it to him, right? And then in exchange, okay, he's going to give me some money, okay, for my effort, for everything that I'm doing, like a waitress at a restaurant, you know? They give you good food, but you're not giving the tip. You're giving the tip to that waitress for this great service. Okay, now their costs are different than our model, but it's the same exact thing. And then when the restaurant is closed, what happens? They split the tips, or the waitress keeps the tip, or they all get a little bit of piece. Okay, and I've just taken it a step further. I put it all on the blockchain, which means that everyone is equal, which is really giving the freedoms back to the people. Because if you're in Paris and it's 3 p.m. there and it's 3 a.m. here, okay, just because it's 3 a.m. here, he mentally at 3 p.m. wants to have a glass of wine coming off a first class flight, and he's staying at some hotel that doesn't happen to have any wine. So we come to the rescue because we're literally superheroes gliding through the night to help someone to get some extra alcohol that we have in exchange for some gratitude. Now, I know I'll come back and say it over and over again. This is exactly what happened in the Bible as the first miracle. When everything was not available, Jesus turned water into wine to keep the good times going, to keep the environment going, because Mary, his mother, said, you know what? Can you do something? And he basically said, it wasn't his time, but he did it. And guess what? He turned water into wine, and we're turning, the good times. We're continuing to keep the good times going through this business model. And this business model is really giving the freedoms back, because every city where this is consumed in the future, it's part of the whole plan, is to give the tax back to where it's consumed. So if this is consumed in Vancouver, British Columbia, then guess who's going to get the tax for that bottle? That's right, the city of Vancouver. Consumed in West Vancouver, city of West Vancouver. Manhattan, New York, Manhattan gets the tax, right? And that tax dollars is going to go back to help the community, because we're helping the community by definitely keeping crazies off the road drinking and driving, because they're going to consume it at home, because we're going to do the driving for them. They're not going to go and kill something on the street. So we're doing a great service to the community by doing this legitimate, decentralized operation. And yes, just like the monetary system with Bitcoin has changed, where central banks could be eliminated in the future, well, governments are starting to pick up on the fact that, hey, there is a possible value in cryptocurrency and blockchain, because everyone's treated as equal. And as long as a country can protect its borders and keep its citizens safe, isn't that what we all want? That if this is going to be the fastest and the cheapest for anyone in the world to get what they want, then as long as wherever the product is consumed, taken in, the tax goes back to that city. Because I believe in city tax is very important, that the city benefits the people where our products are consumed. And right now, we're just having products that are made by the big brands, Budweiser, Smirnoff, Crown Royal, wine, white wine, red wine, and all that. Okay, just the big brands. But at some point, we're really excited to say, hey, you know what? We want to get it faster and cheaper, and we're going to get a better quality, and we're going to pursue that avenue, because we're building the most incredible platform in the world. The chat system with logistics, no one else is doing it. Not WhatsApp, not Messenger, not Facebook, nobody. And we have developed this through so much hard work over a 4-year span. And I'm proud to be offering this to the world, because if you can just go on your phone and write whatever you want, and it actually comes to you at that moment. I'm talking anything that's legitimate in the future. Okay. If you're staying at a fancy hotel and they don't have X, let me just go here and say, hey, can you bring me X? X could be my suitcases, a ride, a TV, some company. Who knows? But that's where it's going. And eventually the mobile hotel. But where it is today, right now, we're focusing on alcohol. And that is 100% how We're starting and focusing because like anything, like Amazon, they started with the virtual bookstore. We started with the virtual alcohol store. So I want to say to you now, my friends with fridges, I am here as your business partner to support you as an entrepreneur to make you some extra money by gifting some of your personal products in exchange for a tip. And at the end of the night, after your costs, we split the tip. And guess what? That could help you to pay the rent next month that's coming up, or maybe some groceries that you needed and you just couldn't afford it. Or it could be anything that you need, or just a little bit more money to take a vacation. Hey, my heart goes out to that because I'm helping you somehow indirectly, and we're helping someone who needed this service. So therefore, it's a win-win-win thanks to the new technology, the new business model, this revolutionary chat. We're able to do this. So please feel free to join Friends with Fridges. There's no cost. I'm going to set you up with a Google My Business page and teach you about motivation, about making it from nothing to something, and optimizing a local SEO and SEO page so that you can know how to sell online in the future. I'm an electrical engineer, but one of my best jobs wasn't just at the Peony sweeping cigarette butts and going on the free rides at Playland. That was fun. But where I learned the most wasn't an electrical engineering job where I would just make a salary and just come home. And the big job that I had, of course, was actually a future shop salesman, selling computers and selling the insurance. Okay? That was something great that allowed me to become an entrepreneur and to build hotels and subdivisions and become partners with the Kyle Washington, C-SPAN, billionaire guy here in Canada. You know what? It's not easy, but with enough persistence, and if you don't give up and you stick with me long term, Friends with Fridges will be your ticket to make a very good income. Because if we can get it faster and cheaper on the blockchain than Amazon, than Uber, then Skip the Dishes, then DoorDash, and all these guys that we can get faster and cheaper, well, who are they going to go with? That's what made Walmart what Walmart is, and that's what's making us what we are, because StayRunners is you stay anywhere, we attach a runner to it, someone physical with a friendly delivery service and great service. Who wins? Our customers. And who also wins? Friends with Fridges. And who else wins? Well, me and all the owners around the world, because, hey, it was my idea. So let's do it. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. And let's get you started. Go for the best brands. Buy the best brands, because you know what? When you buy the best brands of alcohol, cannabis, and tobacco, keep in mind, and I always say this, cannabis only in places where it's legitimate. I know it's going everywhere, but right now cannabis is kind of like, they're trying to figure it out still. They're trying to figure it out if it's good. I love cannabis. I think it's great, but there's a lot of people who don't. But alcohol is legitimate in about 80 countries, and that's where we are. So that's where we're focused in on. And one final thing I want to say with all the love in my heart, as I grow across the globe, I really admire Alexander the Great. Not what he did, but it just really, more than anything, I can see that this world is divided. There's so many countries by the Muslim faith that don't believe in alcohol, and only Christians can consume alcohol, and they have to consume it with a license. And there's other places where the laws are so strict on certain things, and it's not just alcohol, it's just any freedoms. There's certain countries where the freedoms are just, not there to just express yourself. And I want to be one of those guys that at least be able to spread the good word from God to say, hey, listen, in God we trust. Good deeds, good thoughts, good words. Rasti, from the Iranian phrase, and from being a Canadian, what's it all about is, giving the freedoms back to the people, right? Peace, love, and prosperity. If I can just do a small little, tiny little difference in this world, then I will 100% be able to be with you, to keep those times good, because we're only here one life, only so long. Let's maximize those moments. Coming from Alcohol the Rapper, former movie producer, real estate developer, former stockbroker, and a man who believes in this, because one of my good friends was killed because of one of these accidents. And I know we're doing a great thing in the community by keeping the roads safe and letting people enjoy their freedoms. And proud to be Canadian. I love Canada, but you know what? This has to go everywhere. The 24-hour virtual liquor store coming to you. Friends with Fridges. I congratulate you by becoming one of my friends with the fridge, wherever you are in the world. Thank you.